Pennsylvania. It's here, in this old Amish community where armed federal agents recently raided Miller's organic meat and dairy farm. The government is arguing that the farm isn't adhering to federal regulatory requirements concerning food, while the farm argues that this is just the latest attack on independent farmers giving their communities healthy food. If you believe the federal government has no place in telling the Amish how they can prepare their healthy
Hi, everybody. My name's James. Welcome to California High Desert Preacher. Today's video is going to be discussing what your government is up to, whether you live in the United States or globally abroad. And at the end of this video, there's going to be a link down in the description part of the video for you to go sign a petition. Because the video is going to embody everything that the World Health Organization, the United Nations, and the FBI and the IRS are up to. You see, I've been saying this for years. The federal government is not out to help you. It's that simple, but yet people have laughed, scoffed, mocked, and made fun of, and called me a conspiracy theorist. I'm sure that I'm on some watch list by the federal agencies around the United States. And so what? I don't really care. All that being said, after you're done watching the video, please go to the link and sign the petition if you care about freedom, freedom of religion, and freedom of speech. Because there are several things that are happening here. Number one, the government is trying to stop anybody in the United States from being self-sustainable, to be able to stand on their own and be able to exist outside of their system. There's a reason for that. Anybody and everybody that is able to be self-sustainable is an enemy of the state. Anybody that believes in any religion other than Christianity is not an enemy of the state. But if you believe in Christianity in any form of it, or the Holy Bible and Jesus Christ, you are a domestic terrorist and an enemy of the state. Inside of this video is discrimination from the federal government because they don't follow the state mandated religion of evil solution, aka evolution and the atheistic philosophy. What you're seeing inside of this video is communism, socialism, and Marxism all rolled into one with all the other isms, even though atheists today will swear there's no basis for my claim, and that is that evolution and the atheist philosophy were born out of communism. Communists need to eradicate religion, mainly Christianity. Why do I say that? Because the reason why right now the federal government and the current administration is allowing illegals from South America to pipeline across our borders in the United States, because the CIA has hired and put strategically in place members of the Muslim religion to strip away South Americans' beliefs in Catholicism and reprogram them and train them to believe in Islam. Imams are stationed at the border, and they're preparing these people to accept. The CIA is providing the money for them to house them, feed them, and clothe them and their families. And as soon as they're done brainwashing them, they're pipelining them into the United States. Why is the federal government doing that? And why is it across the board? Atheists, evolutionists, and the federal government are all for every other belief system but Christianity. Why in the Bible did it warn us in the last days that there would be scoffers, chasing after the desires and the lust of their own flesh? 2 Peter chapter 3. It's simple. The New World Order is setting all the final pieces in place to complete the global deconstruction and financial collapse of the world, to bring about change, what they call sustainable change, in the name of their new god, climate change, as they strip away every civil right that you ever had, every right to own property, every right to be self-sustainable, every right to think other than what they want you to think. Now, without further ado, I'm going to play you the video. I got to warn you, this is very disturbing. And if you care at all, you will go to the link offered down below and you will sign the petition. And you will share this video with as many people as possible to spread the word. If you don't, I'm going to put some pictures inside of this video, and I'm going to show you what history has already shown to be the end result of people who were lazy, who didn't accept the monster that was coming, and the outcome.
I'm Jeremy Lafredo for Rebel News in Birmingham, Pennsylvania. It's here, in this old Amish community where armed federal agents recently raided Miller's organic meat and dairy farm. The government is arguing that the farm isn't adhering to federal regulatory requirements concerning food, while the farm argues that this is just the latest attack on independent farmers giving their communities healthy food. If you believe the federal government has no place in telling the Amish how they can prepare their healthy, nutritious food for their communities, then go to leavethemalone.com and defend the Amish. Sign our petition. Thank you.
The Miller Organic Farm in Birmingham, Pennsylvania, a remote Amish village, has been around for almost 30 years. The farm supplies everything from grass-fed beef and cheese to raw milk and organic eggs, to dairy from grass-fed on-site water buffalo, and all types of produce to roughly 4,000 private food club members who pay top dollar for high-quality whole food. The private food club members cherish their ability to get food from an independent farmer who isn't processing his meat and dairy at United States Department of Agriculture facilities, which mandates food be prepared in ways that Miller believes make it less nutritious. Miller contends that he's preparing food the way God intended. The US government doesn't see it that way. They recently sent armed federal agents to the farm and demanded he cease operations. The government is also looking for more than $300,000 in fines, a request so steep it would put the farm out of business. This is an attack on Amish religious freedoms just 150 miles outside of Washington, D.C. It also speaks to the gross corruption at the USDA. As is available on the USDA's site, the agency is funded mostly by the federal government, but it also receives hundreds of millions of dollars from the agricultural industry. Companies like Bayer, Syngenta, and Cargill stand to lose millions, even billions of dollars worth of market share if more American farmers opted for holistic farming practices like Miller's farm instead of chemical-heavy, technology-heavy, industry-friendly practices. Making it even more independent, Miller's farm doesn't use any gasoline or fertilizer, and therefore the war between Ukraine and Russia isn't affecting his bottom line. He's not dependent, and he's providing healthy food to his community the way he believes God intended, and the government is trying to intimidate and shut it down.
Rebel News will be here in Amish country at the end of the week when the farm explains to the community their next move in their fight against the federal government. For Rebel News, I'm Jeremy Lafredo.
Now, you guys, I want you to listen carefully. Go to the link provided for you in the description part of the video. Sign the petition if you care about freedom at all, because, see, this is already taking place in Europe and in other countries. The World Economic Forum is doing the same thing in Europe. They're shutting farmers down that are independent from the government in the name of climate change. They're doing this because eventually their plan is to force you to eat insect or bug protein, to remove any type of animal protein from your diet, so you'll become more weaker and sicker. The end result, just like the pro-LGBT community movement, just like the abortion movement, just like the pharmacia movement globally, with all their so-called medical treatments, is to lower the population. This has been going on for a very long time, and you, the American people, have scoffed, laughed, and made fun of because you've been brainwashed. I understand you've been predictably programmed. Now, do you believe all people like myself, the truther community, what we have been telling you? Never 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40, 50, 100 years ago would this type of thing been tolerated. These people are being discriminated against because of their religious beliefs and because their ability to be self-sufficient, to stand alone outside of the establishment. They don't need the government to function. This proves a lot of things that we have been told in the last 50 years is a lie, right along with the state mandated belief. evil solution. Okay? The atheist and the evil solution communities are trying to strip religious freedom away from anybody who's a Christian. They want to burn every Bible they can get their hands on. They want to wipe every Christian clean off the face of the earth. This is exactly what happened during Mussolini, Mao, Stalin, and Hitler's reign. Over 94 million people were slaughtered. Genocide and democide took place under these communist, socialist, Marxist regimes. And if you think that this is not what's coming globally for you and me and my friends, you're like an ostrich with your head placed down in the sand and you're lying to yourself. But if you can accept the truth of the reality of what's taking place, please act and act now. Most important of all, share the video with everybody, as many people as you can, because this is an attack on freedom. This is an attack on individualism. This is an attack on religion. And this is an attack on the pursuit of happiness and the Constitution of the United States, and an attack on any American. Covering all these issues is an attack on all of us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. I'm out of here.